Now let us start writing the test script for this test case. Let me open the Eclipse. We have created a class called as Absolute Path, line number 5. Line number 7 is the main method, it's an entry point to your code. And line number 10, we are using Firefox driver class to create an instance of a Firefox, and it is represented by the reference variable driver. Okay, now driver will launch the URL, that is driver.get is the method. Let me copy paste the URL. I'm copy pasting the URL, open quotes, close quote. Okay, now after this it is driver dot, I'm maximizing the window, driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. After maximizing, I need to find the attributes of the respective elements. I need to enter the amount, interest and tenure and click on the calculate. So to do that, to collect the attributes, let me open the Firefox. Let me open the URL. Let me just copy this once again, put inside the URL place. Okay, now we are trying to find the attributes of the elements based on absolute XPath. We are going to automate this test case using absolute XPath. So how do I do that? Press F12, developer tool. To get the absolute XPath, we can take the help of Firepath. There is something called as Firepath as an add-on, as a plugin you can install. Firebug and Firepath you need to install. Okay, you can download from the Google, install Firebug as well as the Firepath. Okay, I am placing the cursor in here near the HTML place. Let us inspect. This shows input tag, ID, type and all these things. We can find the attribute of this element. Any one of the attribute we can use and still automate, but I don't want to do that. Let us learn on the XPath. There are two things inside an XPath. Okay, XPath is nothing but the entire page is developed by an HTML file. It starts with HTML, then body, then forms. There are a lot of tags, and finally we reach our element. If you see here, finally we reached there are div tags, there are a lot of other div tags, and finally we have reached the element of the tag input. So you can give the path like slash HTML, slash body, slash form. Okay, you can write the path on your own like this. Say you can start like this, HTML slash what is the next thing which we have, body slash next is form. Okay, this way you can keep on writing, and when you have div, you can say div. When there are n number of divs, supposedly there are 5 divs and your element is below the 5th div, you can say something like this, div hyphen of 5, then whatever the tag is, say in our case assume it was a input. So we can develop the tag on our own from the top till where our element is located, or we can leave it to the system itself. Okay, when we leave it to the system, that is when we install the Firebug and Firepath, automatically system will give us the absolute path. So what exactly the absolute path means? When you start with single slash, it's called as we are starting from the root. When you have double slash, it means it is relative. Single slash means what? Single slash is absolute path. Double slash is relative. Relative in the sense, to find this element, I can just keep on writing the tag double slash div. Okay, below that I can say again slash div, reach the third div and enter it. Half of the what you call structure I can make use of it and still find the elements. Okay, anyway we'll be doing all those things. At the high level I am showcasing how exactly the absolute path will start. It will start like with the single slash. Okay, now we are giving the control to the tool, that is fire path. Let me inspect, select it. Can you see here the entire things are displayed in here. Okay, if you closely observe, it started with what? HTML, HTML, then body, then form. Okay, three divs are there. If you see, first div, second div, and we are reaching inside the third div. After third div there are a lot of other divs span, and with respect to all this structure we have reached our point. So that is what this absolute XPath means. So what I'm going to do is I would be recognizing that element like this, driver dot find element by what? By dot XPath, open bracket. Okay, now say single slash, close it, close the tag, dot, what is the input? We will be saying 10,000. We will be saying 10,000. That is as per our test case we are entering 10,000. Okay. Now how do I inspect the second element? Click on inspect, select this. Now again copy that. Okay. What it is? Driver dot find element. Whatever we are doing it here, what kind of XPath we are using? It's the absolute XPath. Okay. Slash, close the quote, close the quote, then dot send keys. What is the interest rate? According to our test case, it is 12. We are completely leaving the things to the system. If you see here, you would feel okay, both the things seem to be same. What is the change you are seeing? Can you see closely here? This is div 1 and this is div 2. That is the change which we got it. Okay. Then the third element, that is months. Months is 60. That is what the test case is saying. So let us say driver dot find element, driver dot find element by what it is? XPath, open quotes, close quote, dot send keys, dot send keys 60, dot send keys 60 months it is. Okay, now select this, select the element, copy and directly use it. Driver dot find element by XPath, open quotes, close quote, close the quote. What is the method? Dot click. Once we click, we get the output in here. So this is what we have written till now. The code is 10,000, 12, 60 months. Click on calculate, we get this output. Let me again inspect once again. Copy this. Driver dot what it is? Find element by what? By XPath, open quotes, close quote. How do you get the attribute from a text box? You should say dot get attribute. There are only two ways you can get the output. One is get text for all the elements, almost all the elements except text box. For only text box you use get attributes. Get attribute of what? Is the value inside the text box. That is what we are interested in. So we say value. So what is the return type? I put the semicolon. If I say control 1 enter, it is actual underscore result. Actual underscore result. Now types is so what it is? Actual result is plus symbol actual result. Now according to the test case, our expected result is string. Shall I say exp underscore result for that? That was 222.44 semicolon. Let me put a syso for that. Syso expected result is plus symbol. In our projects and all, we'll be having the expected result in our Excel sheets. Since it is initial concepts, we are hard coding the values. Now let us validate if actual result dot equals what it is, expected result. If actual result is equal to expected result, syso what it is, syso pass, then what else, syso fail. So what is the last step? You can say driver dot close. So how many sysos we have? One is for the expected result, line number 16, and one is for the actual result. Based on the validation, whether it is pass or fail, we'll get to know. Okay, now let me close it. Let us execute. Right click, run as Java application. Now it should open the blank Firefox. Launch the URL. Enter amount, interest, tenure. Click on calculate and close. Can you see here the expected result is 222.44, actual result is 222.44, and it is pass. So what kind of locator we have used? We have used absolute Xpath. Absolute Xpath. Okay, how do you recognize that? Xpath contains single slash. Xpath will contain single slash. If it is relative, it will contain double slash. Okay.